A film like Three Men in a Boat doesn't really seem congruent with modern cinema. Some British films from the 1950s have aged really gracefully, A Kid for Two Farthings being one, but Ken Anakin's slapstick comedy romp doesn't hold up quite as well. There's value here, sure, but it's not a film for those looking to expand their classic British film knowledge. The film follows three disillusioned men all looking for some brief respite from their London lives. There's Harris, who's under pressure to get married, Jay, disillusioned with married life, and George, who's constantly looking over his shoulder for an angry love rival. Their solution? To rent a canoe and spend a week sailing across the River Thames with their dog, getting up to plenty of hijinks along the way. And hijinks is definitely the right word here, because the crux of Three Men in a Boat's plot revolves all around the wacky mishaps the three men deal with throughout the film. There's plenty of falling off the boat into water, making fools of themselves in public, and bumbling to complete the most menial of camping tasks. However, the film's a whole lot funnier when the three are quipping at one another, rather than when Ken Anakin relies on easy slapstick gags to get laughs. Admittedly, there are enough scenes across the 90-minute runtime to keep you engaged, even when most of the slapstick gets tiresome quite early on. It's often funniest when the jokes inadvertently at our main character's expense, such as a particularly good juxtaposition between them setting up for the night in a sordid, soaking tent, and then seeing a cosy London pub. Seeing them fool around as friends, bumbling their way through a triple date and ruining a posh regatta, is much more entertaining than seeing them slip and slide all over the place. Most of the time though, it feels like there isn't quite enough narrative here to hook you in. Scenes towards the end particularly lose their momentum, with some gags going on for more than double the time they really should, and you end up feeling every second. If there was just a bit more meat on the narrative bone, and some more propulsion behind the film's events, the comedy wouldn't always feel so egregious. That said, there's something undeniably charming and rather innocent about Three Men in a Boat's silliness. It feels like the perfect precursor to classic British sitcoms like Only Fools and Horses, even if most of its comedy is far less complex in its structure. This new 4K restoration looks lovely too, with much richer colours that only wane during the fade between scenes. Before watching the film, you'll probably already know whether Three Men in a Boat is a film for you or not. If you don't mind a bit of turn your brain off humour and want a suitably summary companion, it'll more than suffice. However, the one-note nature of the comedy and the relative thinness of its other elements means you could be left wanting more. We give Three Men in a Boat 2 stars out of 5.